Hello farmers, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. What is the difference between 6mm and 4mm? Whether 4mm or 6mm, all the same, but what is the difference between the two? That is what I want to tell you in this very short video. So keep on watching Addota video. We tell you what we deal with is agriculture. We'll bring you opportunities on agriculture and we'll tell you what to do on your farmland so that you can be successful in your farm business. All we deal with most is livestock and crop or any other thing that is pertaining to agriculture. That is what we'll bring to your view in Addota Farm channel. So kindly subscribe if you are new and hit the notification bell, turn it on so that you can get notified immediately we drop the next video. So thank you for watching all our videos. Thank you for the support. Thank you for your love. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for all the enlightenment, and thank you for the encouragement you are giving to us. We appreciate you all. What is the difference between 6mm and 4mm? I have the two feed with me here. As you can see, I'm in the fish pond and we have a lot of fish in the pond here. So we have up to 6 pond here. So, and I just changed from 4mm to 6mm. So in this very video, I'm going to tell you the difference. Like I said, I will tell you when to feed your fish with 6mm, and I will tell you the possibility or anything that is pertaining to these two feed. If there is any difference, you are going to know in this very video. The difference between 4mm and 6mm is nothing but the size. The size has to do with the dice, and the size has to do with the age of the fish you have in your pond. It's just as simple as that. There is no any other difference between the two. Only the size. You don't need to be confused. Now, wait. Let me bring the size to you so that you can see, because I told you that I have both sides with me here. You will see the one that is small and you see the one that is 6. You know that 6 is bigger than 4. So, wait. Let me bring it to you. You can see it here. You see? You see, this is 4mm and this is 6mm. Look at it very well. You can see it. And this is 4mm. You see as tiny as it is. You see this one as big as it is. Look at it here. So this is actually the difference between the two, the size. Look at how tiny the one on my hand here is, and look at how big this one is. So that is the difference between the two. Do I need a formula for 6mm? Do I need a formula that will produce 6mm, or I could just go to the feed mill and produce my 6mm anyhow? Anyhow you want it, you can go to your feed mill and produce your 6mm. So there is no specific formula for 6mm, and there is no specific formula for 4mm. It is not necessary that this is the formula that the dice of 6mm will produce, and this is the formula that the dice of 4mm will produce. Dice is the thing that produced this thing. What these things went through, what this feed, the thing that pelletized this, inside that machine there is something that the feed passed through. All these things are grounded, you understand? So inside that there is a dice. It is a dice that this thing passed through to be able to get to derive this. So it passed through a dice. So that is what the dice is. The dice is inside the pelletizing machine. So that is what the dust went through to create this. It is the dice that will give you different sizes and not your formula. It is not necessary to have a specific formula for each and every one of these size. And we even have the size 2mm for local feed too. In the feed mill industry, that one you can start after 1 month of feeding them with imported feed, floating feed. So you can change to 2mm immediately if your feed mill have 2mm dice. So what you are going to do is to make quality formula for that 2mm, because at least your fish should eat floating feed for something like 2 months before you change to local. So that is the best way to get a better result, or else you may not have a good result. So if you are to feed them with floating for something like 1 month, then you change to 2 mm, then your 2 mm must be rich, must be highly rich for you to get a better result. So that is just all about it. Now, like I told you, don't be confused. It is the dice that produce this size. But the difference and the advantages that is inside these two feeds is what I want to tell you right now. There is a huge difference between the two. For instance, when I was feeding the fish with 4 mm, it takes a longer time. You understand? It takes a longer time because it is very, very small. For me to pack it with my hand, because I don't like using rubber to feed. That's my own logic. I feel like I'm wasting the feed. So I use my hand to feed them normally, and they are going to eat to their satisfaction. Remember, I told you if you are feeding local, you don't need to rush them. You don't need to get close to. I know you must have watched a video from other countries, seeing them pour the bag of feed on the. No, it is not like that in our own country. So it is different. The way we do our is different. So I feed with my hand. Others use rubber, especially when your fish are much, you use rubber to feed them faster. But all these fish are not more than my own capacity, so I use my hands. All I notice is I spend a lot of time feeding them with 4 mm, because before taking it 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 3 by 3, I spend much time feeding them. And when I change to 6 mm, I noticed that the time at which I'm feeding them is limited, like it's reduced. So the time reduced, so it's very, very fast and easy. So it saves time. That is what I'm trying to tell you now. That is the difference between the two. 6 mm save time than the one of 4 mm. Before they could be able to pick, or because you could be able to feed them with 4 mm, it will take a longer time. But using 6 mm, you would have been done within a very short time. That is just one of the advantages. So advantage number 2 is the fish you are feeding are going to get filled within a very short time too. For instance now, assuming each and every one of them are taking 10 pellets of the feed you are giving them, like counting to 10. So each one is taking 10 of it. If you have to feed them with 6 mm, that means if they take 5, they will be okay. Or possibly 6, they will be okay. So they will be quickly filled up because the seed is very big. They pelletize the feed. The size is very big. So it will be very fast. They will pick it very fast. All I'm trying to tell you is they will easily get filled up. They will easily eat what they want to eat and go. And that is why it's going to save your time, as I said in the number 1. Another advantage is it will be very, very fast in the feed me. That is number 3. It's going to be very, very fast in the feed me because it's spending time to make the one of 4 mm. It will be dropping little by little, tiny one. So it will take them much time to do the one of 4 mm for you. But the one of 6 mm, it won't take them much time. So that is all I have to tell you, the advantages that is inside making 6 mm when your fish need 6 mm. At what month is your fish supposed to eat 6 mm local? So starting from 2 months, they can eat. But let me tell you one disadvantages of doing that. The disadvantage is your fish are not going to be uniform. No matter how you sort your fish, I'm telling you the truth, they are still not going to be uniform. Although the difference may not be far, but they are not going to be uniform. So at that very point, there are some fish that won't be able to swallow 6 mm. If you are feeding them, the bigger ones will take the 6 mm, and the smaller one won't be able to take anything. From there, they will be getting leaner. And if you starve your fish for a very small time, they will cannibalize the little ones that are not growing between the two. So that is what I want you to know. You can start feeding your fish right from 2 months with 6 mm, but the disadvantages is some will eat and some will not eat because their mouth is not wide enough to take that size. The best time you can feed them with 6 mm is 3 months. That is just the right time. So let them reach 3 months. If they reach 3 months, at least most of them, even the ones that are not growing faster, would have a bigger mouth then. They can swallow it easily and they will get filled up with the bigger ones. Also, take time whenever you are feeding your fish. Let me tell you this, you can feed your fish with 4 mm throughout. It doesn't change anything, it doesn't reduce anything. The difference is just the size. And fastening your time, feeding them up immediately, getting filled up is all that matters between the 4 mm and the 6 mm. So let me tell you one secret. If you feed your fish with 4 mm throughout, if you can manage to do that, like if your fish are not much, it's going to let me say make your fish like you are going to get a better result, because all of them, no matter how wide or small their mouth is, they are going to be able to take whatever thing you are giving them at that very time. Because you are giving them 4 mm, the size of the feed will be able to enter into their mouth and you are going to get a better result. All of them are going to be rhyme, so if you take time to feed them very well. So that is just all about it. Thank you so much for watching all our videos. I hope this one too educates you about the difference between 4 mm and 6 mm. There is nothing like although we had something like, is it 8 mm sometimes ago, but we couldn't get it again. So you feed your fish with 6 mm throughout. It doesn't, there is nothing like 9 mm or 10 mm or 11 mm. I have not seen, but I've seen something. Is it 9 or 8? I've seen something like this. Okay, I think that is 8 before, but it doesn't exist that much. So feeding them with 6 mm throughout is good. So thank you so much for watching.